Smile right out of a magazine. Brown hair you fix so perfectly, and about a million different personalities. I can't keep up with. Wasn't long for your true colors started to shine. Caught a glimpse of the devil living.
Hey everybody, Uncle Rob and Uncle Rhino. We're getting some top-notch entertainers and musicians in on the show, and we've got a good one again this week.
I just wish we could get us a real pretty one too. That's on top of all that, on top of all the talent. We just need one of those that's just so pretty. I mean, you're pretty. I did.
Hey, homie, you might want to take those glasses off.
You're a good-looking man, Rob Charles.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But it ain't about me. It is about our independent artist today. Her name is Gracee Shriver. How are you, Gracee?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Well, we want to know a little bit about you. Who are you? Where you from? What makes Gracee tick?
Yeah, so, I'm 23 years old. I'm from Wausau, Oklahoma. Born and raised. Moved to Nashville, at 17, started doing the thing. Went to college at Belmont University, which is downtown Nashville. And then graduated about a year ago and kept grinding it out. Yeah, I grew up from a family of musicians down in Marland, Oklahoma, which is kind of middle of nowhere. And my great grandpa he was a musician, toured around, and I just kind of kept it in the blood and kept it going.
Is Owasso anywhere near Chakota?
It's about an hour from Chakota. Yep, home of Carrie Underwood.
Yeah, I've been through there many times, and it's got a big old sign. They're proud of it. Home of Carrie Underwood. So what do you do in Owasso? I mean, are you living in Owasso, or are you back in Nashville? How's that working?
Yeah, so I live in Nashville full time, come back and forth to see family and, on the road and stuff, I'll make stops. But in Nashville full time now, trying to move my family out there. But it's nice to get back every once in a while. And I know we were chatting a little bit before this about you're like, yeah, Oklahoma's boring, and I can see where you're coming from. But the flat sunsets are hard to beat. I ain't gonna lie.
That is one thing about being in an area where it is flat. Like Kansas and Nebraska. I'm not big on those two states because you're on that highway. It's flat, but you do get to see all of the sunsets. You get to see all of the sunrises. You get to see all of that.
Exactly.
I want to defend her. I want to dive in.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I know. I do because when I had first moved to Nashville, I didn't realize it. I hadn't had any real meaningful time back home, probably, and I'm not sure if Gracie's experienced this yet. But I had been up there for the better part of probably 3 years or so, and hadn't spent. It just been quick trips, flying in and flying out or whatever. And in Nashville, your winter time, the gray and the gloomy kind of starts early, like around October, and it stays that way till probably April or so. And being from a little south of her down in Texas, I never thought anything about it, and that was just my new normal, and I didn't think of anything about it till I went home. And when I went home, where it was at flat, wide open and flat, I remember, holy smokes, I feel so good right now because there's so much sky. I
Yeah.
have so much sky, and I didn't realize how much I had missed that. And me personally, that's one of my favorite things about Oklahoma and all the little towns is I absolutely love that part of Oklahoma.
It's the sky. Yeah, you're right. And it gets dark in Nashville starting like 4 p.m. in October. So I'm
Hmm.
like, what the heck? Yeah.
So me and Rhino was good cop, bad cop. I said Oklahoma was boring. He's saying he loves Oklahoma because of the scenery.
You get it
Well,
often, okay? But yeah.
don't hold that against me. I mean, I love that. I love the little towns, and it's simple and it's so sweet. And like in McAllister, I got a little hangout that I like there. There's a little restaurant called the Yardbird. If you ever
Yeah.
get a chance, they're so sweet. The people are amazing. They're local. diehard Oklahoma folks, I love going through there and loving on them and making it rain up in that place. But then on the flip side, everywhere else, don't get it twisted because you're gonna find me in Chicago, New Orleans, and Miami on a regular basis, and that's my groove too. So
So
I'm just saying.
so when you're going Oklahoma to Nashville, you riding the Interstate 40?
I-40 the whole way.
You were literally, and I am not exaggerating, within 11 miles from my front door.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I live around Little Rock, and when you
Okay.
pass on 40 by my house, you're literally 11 miles away from the house.
Okay,
Look
yeah.
for look for the Popeyes chicken sign. That's all I'm saying.
And and he gives me crap about that. He came over a couple, I don't know, 3 years ago. First time I ever met him, he came over and hang out at the house. He's like, "I'm gonna get you some lunch." Dude did not. He said, "I'm gonna get some Popeyes." I was like, "All right, I can get some Popeyes. I can do some Popeyes for lunch." I'm thinking, I'm gonna get like a 3-piece dinner or some tenders. Oh no! Keep in mind, it's just me and him. He brings a family meal with extra large sides, extra biscuits. So me and him ate like a couple pieces of chicken each, and so I still had like 16 pieces of chicken.
Oh,
So
what?
thankfully to Uncle Rhino there, I ate Popeyes for a week. I mean, literally every single day I ate it, and it was so good. I'm waiting for you to come back, bro.
Well, I'll come back, and when I meet Gracie's folks, tell Papa and everybody get ready. I'm bringing the groceries. If I say I love you, it's with a whole lot more than a fruit basket.
Oh, I love that. Hey, that's the best. I played a show on Monday night and my friends showed up and they brought me a basket of fried pickles and they were like, instead of flowers, some fried pickles. I'm like, that's my
Dude,
vibe.
those flowers are gonna die, man. Those pickles, I want those now.
Exactly.
So when you're not doing music, what do you like to do? I mean, obviously you're at home now. Are you going to be home for a while, or are you just kind of hanging out for a few days? Or
Yeah, so just a couple of days, but we grew up a big lake people. I don't know if y'all went to the lake growing up, but that was like we always had a boat. We were always doing water sports, and so we're big outdoors, like lake family. So I'm hoping to get my dad out there on the boat since I have a couple of days off, and we love going and going on hikes and going on the water and stuff.
when you're in Nashville, are you music full time? Do you have a job? You work somewhere else, or
Yeah, so I'm music full time. Thankfully I'm blessed enough I can just grind it out on that. But yeah, just writing, 5 days a week, doing shows, touring with artists, and just kind of trying to
who you touring with? You got my mind intrigued now. Have you been touring with some big names?
Yeah, I actually, so this was kind of a one-off thing, but I did an opening thing for Jason and Ella down in Belleville, Texas, pretty recently.
Jason
And
Aldean and Ella Langley.
yes,
Did
yes,
you
sorry,
did you
I left
meet them? Did you meet them?
I've met both of them before, and they're both so kind, and they've been great to me.
So she is as real in real life as you see in her interviews.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Honestly, all of those
I
people
mean,
are.
I'm not embarrassed to say I am an Ella fella. I am all about some Ella Langley. My wife doesn't like country. She's like, "Man, have you heard this song?" And I've been hearing. They sent me her song like 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So I wore that song out, and my wife comes in last week. She's like, "Dude, there's this song called Choosing Texas." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Ella Langley got the bangs, long hair. She's like, "You know it?" I'm like, "Dude, it's my favorite dang song."
That's hilarious. I know, and it's crazy too, because sometimes they just stick, and it's like we've in town, and I know some of her team members and stuff, and we laugh about it, and it's like you never know. It's just like a normal song they wrote, and it just happened it hit the groove hit right, everything felt good, and I think sometimes it just boils down to that.
So
Well,
you're
there's a catch to it. It's funny that people think so often that something just accidentally happened. There's an art to science and a science to art. And
Yeah.
folks got to realize the best way you want to be a trailblazer, do what everybody else is not. And
Yeah.
once that plays itself out, they'll eventually be pivoting around to what it is that you Gracee Shriver are doing. And once they do that, you're already established and ahead of the pack. So when everybody else starts doing what you've already been doing, then you continue to evolve as a writer, as an artist. You continue to do that, and they will forever be chasing you. We just had this talk with the amazing Walter Egan, and it was we were revisiting a conversation that I had years ago with a record president in Nashville, where he was saying, well, the format changed. So I went off, because an artist does not chase the format, they make the format. And that's and those that understand that. And you start going in there and you do Gracee Shriver and you compete against Gracee Shriver. And each day, the new best version of you continues to compete against tomorrow's best version of you. You won't have anything or anyone else on the track with you. You'll be all alone, just smoking, heading down there, doing that. And that's what happened with Lainey. And right behind her, you got Ella. Everybody else was chasing the shimmer, and these ladies over here were making their own shine. And that's what you're doing, sweet girl. And that's one of the reasons why we're proud to have you on here.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I think you're right. I had someone tell me that when I got to town too, is because a lot of the label people, they'll be like, well, this is popping off right now, but when something's popping off, it's too late. Like,
too late.
It's already
So
too late.
you get out there, and you're opening for it. Was Jason and Ella on the same bill?
Yes.
So you get out there, you're the opening act. So there's 3 acts, you open.
There was a line of us, but I was the opener.
Okay, so you get in there, and there's what, 10,000, 15,000 people?
There was a ton of people.
What is that like? What is that like? I mean, does it feel different than if you're like playing at a county fair where there's like a couple hundred people? I mean, is it different?
You know, it is, but to be honest, I think I thrive more off of that. And I don't know if y'all are the same way, like loving music and doing music, but I think the bigger the crowd, like the less nervous and like just the more chill I am, which that's kind of psycho in the head. But you play those intimate listening room things, and I feel like sometimes you overthink what you're doing. When you're up there with that many people, you just go for it.
I had some, and I've been supporting these young ladies. They're in their mid to late 20s now, but I've been supporting them for 10 years or more. And when I got them on, I'm like, okay, they had opened for big acts. I'm like, what? How is it different if you open for like a 10,000 crowd rather than a 300 crowd? They're like, it's the same. We feed more off the more people, but at some point they're like, I don't look past the second row.
Yeah.
Because you look at the second row, and that's the people that you're singing to. Yeah, you're singing for everybody else, but you keep your nerves down by just focusing on like a couple rows of people. You don't feel like you're going to be in front of 15,000 people, but I could feel probably the adrenaline that would be with all those people screaming. Have you been getting good response on the road?
Yes, it's been like, especially the last year and a half or so, has been super cool to see the growth of, I go to these things, even, opening up for people like that. And we've gotten to do some stuff for a lot of the Red Dirt artists around here, and like Lane Hardy and Stoney LaRue. And, I grew up around all of those guys, that being from Oklahoma. And it's funny because I just go into, I'm like, I'm the opening act, like no one's here to see me. It's like my thought process. I'm just gonna put on a show, and hopefully they'll want to, hop on the bandwagon. And then when you show up and they're like, oh, I came to see you, or like, I was so excited to get to see you, I saw you were on the bill. It's like, that's a pat on the back. It feels super good. And so we've had a lot of that lately, which is cool.
And it's probably an electrifying feeling when you look out there and they're singing your song back to you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's kind of one of those weird imposter syndrome feelings of like, how do you know this?
but and your chest swells up, and you're like got this pride, and it's like, and that probably lets your nerves go away too, because you're like, they're receiving me positively rather than it be crickets. And be like, I'd hate to get up there and it'd be like crickets. Oh, I'm done. I only sang a half of one song. I can't handle this. I'm out.
Yeah, those are the toughest. I always say, social media is great and I ain't gonna bash on it. Like I know there's a lot of good that comes with it. But one thing that I'm very thankful for is that my parents drove me to Nashville like when I was about 10 years old and I started playing stuff out there. And if you can entertain a crowd that is dead as heck and that literally could care less that you're there, you can entertain anybody. Like, cause I mean, at that point, it's just,
Uh,
you
And
gotta
the,
get
and the
out.
thing is, you probably have played, not to say anything wrong with a dive bar, but you have probably played some dives where there's 10 people, they're drunk, and like you said, they could care less whether you're there or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Several of
There's
those.
some, there's something powerful though in the development. It's kind of like how teenagers learn how to they take some of the teenager jobs because they learn how to work with the public. There's one of those kind of processes with artists as they're coming up, and you start with covers because it's what the venue owner wants, but you're also having the opportunity to take all these popular hit songs, and because you're playing them, inevitably you start to learn why they worked.
Yeah.
And that's your class. You're just like in school, you learn about what an accomplished person does. This is a type of school. And to her point, Rob, when you may not necessarily win them over to the point where they're there for the music, but you'll win them over to the point where they have nothing but respect for that person up there because they're handling everything that flies at them. They're catching it, spinning it around, making it part of the show. And that's a sign of a real artist and a true entertainer.
Yeah.
And
No,
as far as like the opening act, I admire the opening act. The last two concerts I went to, the opening act blew it away. There was a band called Brother Kane that was with 38 Special and Kansas a couple weeks ago. Amazing. There was a band called South Hall, I think is what it's called. They were with Dwight Yoakam and ZZ Top. South Hall blew them away. Those two opening acts, they were only there for 30 minutes, but they made the most of their 30 minutes, and I could definitely sit and listen to both those bands.
oh, yeah.
And it's happening for
Honestly,
you.
yeah, I feel like the first time my sister and I laughed because when Lainey was on the up and up, she was the opener, and we were at Nissan Stadium. She was on a really big tour, um, and I honestly, I hate to even say this, I could have left when she was done. Like she just outperformed the next opener and I was like, that's what you got to do. Like everyone was talking about it too. And people dogged on her like that year because I think that's the year maybe she won Entertainer of the Year. And I was like, you know what? If you want to look into statistics of things, like whatever, but entertainment, the girl puts on a show. And that's what it's about.
If people are dogging on you, you're probably doing something right.
I'm right.
Winning, winning,
So,
winning.
Definitely winning. I first discovered you on Instagram. Seen your videos, seen you doing singing in clubs or venues or whatever, and I was like, she's good. She's a pretty lady. She sings well. Didn't really think any more of it at the time, but then when I got in contact with your promoter, or what is Rachel?
oh, the publicist. Yeah.
Okay, so when I got in touch with your publicist, inquiring about another artist, I said, "Hey, do you have any other up and coming artists that would be available for interviews?" And she said, "I have Gracee Shriver." And I ding 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 ding. The light went off, and I was like, I remember seeing her on Instagram the other day. I was like, absolutely. So I watched some more of your stuff, and I was like, can't wait for the interview. She looks to be very bubbly, very upbeat, and so glad that she hooked that up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Me too. I've been excited about this.
Big
Well,
shout out to Rachel. Big shout out to Rachel. She gets a bunch of props.
well, we
Rachel's part of the tribe now. Come
well
on, Rachel.
we're 2 out of 3 on the artist that she sent me. I'm still waiting on a good date for the Bellamy brothers to come on.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, you guys, Lewis was on a couple weeks ago, Rhino.
Yep, he's an excellent young man. Great, great talent. Excellent young man.
I love
I'm calling you Lionel.
Lionel.
I was it's Rhino, but my tongue got tied up. I called him Lionel. Um, what do you got going on? First of all, did you hang out at CMA Fest? Did you?
I did. CMA Fest was crazy. Were y'all in town for it at all? Or
No,
is
ma'am.
Okay. Well, honestly, I don't blame you. It's a little hectic. But, I prayed my whole entire life to get to be a part of CMA Fest. And the past few years were like some big years for it, which was crazy. But then I think I needed like a month worth of sleep afterwards. I was dragging booty, but it was so much fun. We performed. We did media stuff for like hours. I think all the nights of the week I was out till about 4 a.m.
What?
Yeah. And I'm an old soul, okay? So 4 a.m. for me, that's a little extreme. But then I was back up at 7 doing my media stuff. And yeah, one of the nights this is like so Nashville. And we were sitting there with like Dan and Shay's team. I don't know if they're a country band, if y'all have ever heard of them. And then they walk over and they're just like handing us tequila shots. And I'm like, this is just the epitome of Nashville. But no one gets it until they live there.
But you
Well,
were you were a good girl. You did not take the tequila shots. You stayed away from all that.
I
I
took
would have.
one and I regret it.
I would have. Hey, so the cool thing about the way it used to be, and I haven't been back since, but they used to have the booths. We all had booths, so everyone could come and hang out with us. And when they stopped doing that, I know at least a bunch of my group and my generation, if you will, we just stopped going unless
Yeah.
we were specifically called back for something because the booths, man, that connect with the people, and then us when we had a break time, we ran away from our booth and ran and jumped in our friend's booth, and we were over there hanging out. To her point with the tequila, that's what we all used to do. You'd see Big and Rich, and I'd pop in, and you'd see Trick Pony and me, and I mean those are all my people, and we used to do that. We would all jump around Lone Star, Dean Sams and those guys. We were all about the camaraderie, and that's Sheila alluded to that, but they had to create that themselves. The business didn't have like the whole fairground set up for them, where they all had the Gracee Shriver booth. People could come and find her; they knew where to go.
I went to CMA Fest. It wasn't called CMA Fest at the time. It was called Fanfare. I went to Fanfare '85, and it was exactly like Rhino had said. I mean, it was the Tennessee State Fairgrounds. You had John Schneider. You had certain groups and certain artists that would play throughout the day. Not everybody played, but you had most of them did. Now, inside, you had all the artists hanging out in their booths. And I literally every single act that was big in 1985, I met every one of them. I went for Alabama because I was a big Alabama fan, but became huge fans of the Oak Ridge Boys, Exile, Mark Gray.
Travis.
Met Randy Travis before he was Randy Travis, uh,
Yeah.
and that's where I fell in love with doing what I'm doing. I was wasn't quite 16 years old. I was doing a DL internship at a radio station that the owners didn't know I was there. But I was hanging out with the dude at night, and my dad would drop me off at like 6 or 7, and I'd stay till 9 or 10 or 11. I did that for the whole summer, and I was like, I want to do this. This
Yeah.
is, and that's what got me into radio. It was 1985, and I was 15 years old, and yeah, I've been a big country music lover ever since. But I think unless I had a connection with an artist that would be at CMA Fest, I might be a little disappointed compared to what it used to be because it was cool hanging out, getting pictures, autographs. They're signing your shirt. I mean, I literally sat there and talked for 30 minutes with Charlie Pride and,
Awesome.
Sawyer Brown. I mean, it's like for a 15-year-old dude, I was like you were with Lainey Wilson. I met Alabama on the first day. And after that first day, I was ready to go home. We still had 4 more days left, but I was like, I've reached my goal. and it only took me 7 hours of waiting in line to see him.
Oh my gosh. See, I wish it was a little more like that still for sure. It's not like you have meet and greet booths, but not every artist does it. I did like an hour long one, but it's like they're all kind of hidden and it's more like they want you to come out to the stage, but no one's really meeting anyone. And I do think that's part of it. Like some of the greatest entertainers and things, right a mile up from me, I grew up with Garth's girls. Their youngest one was about 5 years older than me, but we were always around him, and he was telling me that before I moved to town, because he's notorious for like standing in line and signing every person's thing, and it takes that. You don't make fans if you just blow everyone off. They don't want to buy your
You know Garth?
Yeah.
Is he?
It's the human connection. If you don't have the human connection, there's no point in doing any of it. And it feeds you so much as an artist when you get to see their faces and see them see you see their faces.
Yeah.
And that's such a huge thing. And the having like 400 or 500 booths, and then all the booths, you also have CMA booth. You also have, it's gone now, but you had CMT and GAC booths, and even
The
MTV.
Nashville Network.
Yeah, all that. You had all these different things.
Ralph
The
Emery
outreach.
was there. Everybody. I mean, literally. Ralph Emery was at the TNN booth. You had Katie Haas. You had all those. Jim Ed Brown. You remember he had his talent show on TNN, You Can Be a Star? They were all on there. And it was so awesome. Bill Anderson was one of the nicest guys I ever met.
That's what I would want to give to Gracee, because the machine has continued to do what the machine does. It is slicked up and grown because they want bigger crowds, which that's what the machine needs to do. It has to do that. But I would love to see a situation where Nashville would go back and add a couple of days to that week or something, so that we could incorporate what used to be, because that's one thing that completely separated the Nashville and American country music from all the other genres, was having that component.
That intimate setting is what got me from the hook, line, and sinker. If it wouldn't have been for that setting, I probably would have still enjoyed the concerts. But you literally got to sit there and meet these people one on one, and they were genuine good people.
Yeah.
I think my last year was they'd already changed the name to CMA Fest. Yeah, CMA Fest. And Abel Kane, right next to our booth was Taylor Swift's booth. So Big Machine and Taylor Swift. So we were right next to each other. And I remember, just the thousands of people who were coming through, and you had the opportunity to connect with them and take selfies with them. And that's 20 years ago this month, I think. And you had the ability to do that, and talk about an incredible honor and a gift.
Yeah.
That we took a piece of every one of those people who chose moments from the only life they'll ever live to come hang out with us. And we had the great honor to leave a piece of ourselves with them when they walked away.
Yeah.
That's for Gracee and her generation, her class of, ascending artists. I really wish that we could figure a way to allow them to have that same experience, because she deserves it and they deserve to have it with Gracee.
Maybe we need to get with the right people, Rhino, and make that happen again.
Yeah, these ain't my church clothes. I'll sit down and visit with somebody. We'll have an understanding. Yeah.
Tell us. We're in July now. Tell us. We're the first part of July. Tell us what you got planned this summer for what's coming the rest of the summer.
Yeah, so my EP, it's my debut EP called Pretty Psycho. It's dropping. Yeah.
Is that like a personal? Is that a personal description or?
Personal description? Hey, what do you mean, Rob? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, personal story, not about me, could never be about me.
Of course not.
But yeah, I got that dropping, which I'm super excited about. I
That's
was
my favorite title ever in life.
I'm glad. I'm so
Yeah.
glad you'll have to stream it. I feel like you probably know some people like the people in this song. But yeah, we got that going on. And then we're headlining Thunderfest in Bowling Green, Kentucky for the 4th. So that'll be awesome. And then we just got shows kind of all over through the rest of the year promoting the EP and getting out and seeing people. So
When is the EP coming out?
it's coming out June 26th. And so it'll be out in the world.
Yes.
That is awesome. You've got a single that you are pushing off of that.
Yep, so we've had 2 of the songs drop. Pretty Psycho did drop off of it, and Miss the Boat dropped off of it, and the rest are dropping on June 26th.
That's going to be awesome. We're gonna at the end of the interview we always throw in one of the songs. So I'm intrigued by Pretty Psycho. I need to I don't care what it's about. I'm gonna put Pretty Psycho at the end of the interview. We're not quite done with the interview yet, so I don't want the backstory yet. We'll get the backstory right before we get into the interview.
Okay.
I want the bumper sticker. I just want the bumper sticker from the, yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Do you have? But dude, that'd be cool. I think Rhino just came with a great idea. You
Bumper stickers.
bumper stickers and koozies and all that. Can folks connect with you on your social media? Where can they hook up with you at?
Yeah, so all streaming platforms, social media, Gracee with 2 E's. Yeah, I would love follow along, come to the shows, reach out. I really appreciate it.
You got a website?
Got a website, GraceeShriver.com.
That is GraceeShriber.com. You got a merch store?
I got a merch store on the website, so it's
You
all
got
there.
you got a hyperlink?
I do. Yep.
Dude, it is a one-stop shop right there in-house for GraceeShriver.com.
Yup.
So what we
Psycho.
do what now?
Pretty Psycho.
I think when this interview is over, I'm gonna be psycho because I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and I'm going to check out this song when she sends it because I'm gonna have to have you or Rachel send it to me so I can get it into the interview. But yeah, I cannot wait to hear it. You have been a delight to have here today. What we normally do is we bring you back in about 90 days. That's all part of the tribe to keep in touch with you and want the progress of what you did over the summer. We'll be getting into the fall by then. Again, that's my time of the year, pumpkins and pumpkin spice. What's your favorite season?
I gotta say summer. I love
See,
a good fall, like, hang or whatever, bonfire, but summer's my
see,
thing.
the older I get, the heat, I can't handle the heat anymore.
You don't like to get a good burn?
Nah,
Man?
nah,
I got burned
I'm.
at the moon one time. I
Does my
don't
head
want
look like I'm getting a good burn?
Yeah.
I love it. I know. I
I,
love it.
I watched a girl put on sunscreen on YouTube one time and got sunburned, but I blame myself because I think I paused it too many times. So that was
Oh
my,
my gosh.
He's full of this. I'm telling you, he never stops.
I blame myself.
You
Yeah.
better blame yourself because it is all your fault.
Hey, I'm a pretty psycho. Don't hate on me.
You are.
You know what you
Yeah.
need to do? We gotta come up with a slogan like the Ellis fellas.
Yeah.
I
We've
know.
got to.
I gotta find something that rolls with Gracee or something. I don't know.
I'm sure you let that man over there in the pimp glasses and hat. You give him enough time, he will come up with
It's
something.
already turning. It's arcing and sparking, kids. Hold on.
He's already working on your brand, dude. Before we get out, this interview even airs, he's gonna have your whole brand set up.
That's perfect.
Gracee Land. Gracee Land.
Gracee Land.
Yep.
And I'll have all my little pretty psychos in Gracee Land.
Yes. Welcome to Gracee Land. Yes.
Speaking of Gracieland, you a big Elvis fan?
You know what I did? I loved Elvis, and my grandpa loved Elvis, and so he gave me all of his like they were big into like the records and things, and I was in his shop at Christmas and he had all of the vinyls and all of that stuff. So it's kind of special to get to pass that stuff down and have those things.
I,
I wish they didn't do the phone streaming anymore. I wish it was just cassettes, vinyls, all that stuff.
my mom growing up, I had my little record player in the room, and my mom had the 45s. She had the original Elvis 45s, Burning Love, Suspicious Mind, all of those, and I destroyed them all. And I'm like, you start using them as frisbees, and I mean, they'd probably be worth money right now. It'd be like an Elvis, a copy of the original Burning Love, but no, somebody had to destroy it and use it for a frisbee.
You don't know what you don't know, right? You thought they would be around forever.
Well, see, I got a lot of things that,
Everybody's pretty psycho. That's the thing. You didn't know that you were pretty psycho.
but see, what I got to do is I got to get Gracie's vinyl, because one day Gracee Land is going to be on top of it all, and if I got that vinyl, I'm not going to use it as a frisbee.
Yes.
I'll hang it up, especially if it's an album. I'll hang it up and I'll use it for symbols.
Okay, there you go.
Still be destroying it. Gracee, thank you so kindly for being here. And I'm gonna get with Rachel if you're willing to come back in about 90 days. I enjoyed having you. Rhino, you got anything you want to tell her before we end the interview, bud?
Welcome to the tribe, beautiful girl. You make us better by being part of it. We're proud to have you.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all. You guys were a blast.
You'll see me. I have some. I share everything that you put on your Instagram. I don't know if you run that or you have somebody else run that, but just know that I'm sharing it under mine. I'm on 3 different pages. I share it, so I'm helping getting you out there, and I hope everybody else sees what I saw in you to get you on this show.
Well, I appreciate it so much. That means the world. Y'all were a blast. We'll have to get together and get some Popeyes.
We'll do it. I'll bring the Popeyes. Rob will bring the looks, and Gracee will bring the pretty psycho.
Well, next time, I want you to come. I looked at Ella's schedule. Are you still on the bill with them or no?
So it was just a couple like one-off shows here and there.
Great.
I think she's doing some independent like headlining stuff now. So yeah.
Got you. Well, if you are headlining or not headlining, but if you're opening for any band that's coming to Little Rock, I will be watching to see, and I will do my utmost best to get there to go say hi. Hopefully, you got a meet and greet booth. Love to stop in and say hey.
No, I'd love that for sure. That'd be fun.
All right, give us the backstory on Pretty Psycho.
There's actually, so I have a sister. We're a year apart, so she's younger than me.
Blame it on her.
I know. She went to University of Alabama. She just graduated from there. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with like the whole rush or like the whole frat thing. I wasn't really like into all that, but she was, and SEC schools are brutal. And so there's one girl, and I'm the ghetto older sister. She's like someone's having a bad day, like let's say whatever. I'm not wired like that. So she called me before riot, and some girl had shoulder checked her. I don't know. It gets a little ratchet, I guess. And I was just started packing my crap. I called my mom. I was like, I'm going down there. I'm about to beat some tail. Which anyone watching this is gonna be like,
you ready to start getting some fisticuffing going on?
Ready. I was like, okay. I'm a little bit like hey, I had some family and we're from Oklahoma. We can throw down.
Bro, I think this is Ronda Rousey over here.
Yeah, headbutting's legal. Headbutting's legal. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I was so ticked off, and my co-writers showed up to my door. It was a couple of my girlfriends, and I was showing them the picture of this girl. I was like, this is the girl I'm gonna go find. Like, I'm done with this crap. And one of them was like, well, she's kind of pretty. And then I don't know why that, like, we looked at each other and the other girl was like, pretty psycho. And then we just lost it and laughter. It probably it helped because that girl was going to get round kicked. But she didn't. She got a song instead. And And we put it out, and it was just.
Does she know it's about her?
Oh, I'm sure. And I made sure to tag all of the stuff and everything.
So you're Taylor Swift.
I'm like, yeah. I guess Taylor Swift, but a little more ghetto.
Hey, Rhino, I
Yeah.
don't get her mad because you're going to get a song written about you.
Oh, I dig
That
it.
could be a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, well, it's like these are the cooler songs, with Taylor breaking up with 14 guys or whatever because they all broke her heart. Travis Moody had the best quote of all on that. He suggested to Taylor, he said, "Hey Taylor, maybe your next song should be called Maybe I'm the Problem," right? But on this one right, this one right here is pretty solid, man. This is you could have a whole series. The first one called the Headbutt Blues, one called Throwing Elbows, Catch a Knee if you can, right? I mean, yeah, we can do this all day. This one bites, instead of love bites. This one bites, throw that in there. Yeah.
So
I love it.
Ronda Rousey, Gracee Shriver,
Yeah.
thank you for being with us on the show this week. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and like I said, we're going to get you back in here in about 3 months, and we're going to talk about your summer, and you're gonna tell us that you were with a big headlining band again.
Exactly. I appreciate y'all so much.
Pretty psycho for you right here on the Uncle Show. Gracee Shriver, thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all have a great rest of your night.
You too.
Caught a glimpse of the devil living in your eyes, and you wonder why you can't keep a guy. Well, yeah, you're pretty psycho, pretty good at pretending, girl. But I know there's just some things your Maybelline can't fix. You can try to hide crazy in